Greetings of peace and paradise. Namaste. Having a very, very happy and prosperous day over here at 13 Signs Astrology, and I hope that you are too. This particular video is about Sagittarius. Now, a lot of my Sagittarius fans out there are going to be upset with me because I almost failed to do this video, but I didn't. So don't be upset. But Sagittarius starts on December the 18th, somewhere around there, and it ends on January the 18th, somewhere around there. So I almost failed to do this video before the ending date of Sagittarius, but I was able to get it out, so I'm thankful for that. Now, Sagittarius is a very dear sign to me. It is a very, very dear sign to me. Means a lot to me. Sagittarius is actually my rising sign. So I know a lot about Sagittarius. Actually, when you look at a person's rising sign, like according to astrology, a rising sign kind of denotes how this person physically appears, how this person, their mental state, and how they come off. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like the mask that they wear to the people or whatever. So your rising sign actually is calculated. It could change like every 4 minutes because it's the fastest moving sign in your natal chart. So it's calculated based on the time of your birth. So you need the time of your birth to really get into your rising sign. But as far as me, I'm a Sagittarius rising, and even in Western astrology, I'm a Sagittarius rising in Western astrology as well. Like no matter which astrology I end up being, a Sagittarius rising. Now in 13 Signs Astrology, I'm right at the very beginning of the Sagittarius rising, so I know a lot about this sign. And now Sagittarius is a very jovial sign. People that are Sagittarius are very fun-loving, very happy-go-lucky type of individuals, very expansive. They don't really get caught up on a lot of mundane, a lot of linear things, not even just linear, but a lot of particulars. Sagittarius is not really into particulars. Sagittarius, they're always looking at the bigger picture. They always want to see the whole, like they're very, very holistic. Now, Sagittarius are like prophets. These are your prophets of the zodiac. When you start talking about if you're a Sagittarius or whatever, that makes you a prophet. That makes you a seer. The key word to Sagittarius is I see. So Sagittarius is, they have a great perception. They have great insight. They're able to channel and see things before it comes. So these are your Sagittariuses. Now, a lot of people may be listening to this video and may be thinking, well, I'm kind of like that. How come I'm like that? I'm not a Sagittarius. I'm not born between those dates. Well, you have to get your natal chart done, or, you know, figure out your actual real life natal chart. Now, it's different natal charts. You got the Western natal chart, you got the sidereal natal chart, you got the 13 signs natal chart. And there's different natal charts, but you got to get your accurate 13 signs natal chart done. You can find out if you might have Sagittarius energy, because you might have Mercury in Sagittarius, and if you have Mercury in Sagittarius, that can everything that I'm saying could resonate with you. If you have Mercury in Sagittarius, if your rising sign is in Sagittarius, this could resonate with you. Just like me, my rising sign is in Sagittarius, but I'm actually a Leo. You know what I'm saying? So if you describe Leo, you're going to describe me, and if you describe Sagittarius, you're going to describe me, just from a different perspective. So a lot of times you might hear something in this video, and it might resonate with you, and you're wondering why though. I'm not even a Sagittarius. So, but anyway, back to Sagittarius. So Sagittarius are very quick tempered. Very, very quick temper. That's one of every sign has a dark side to it, an animal part of it. And Sagittarius is a warrior. They're warriors because you see Sagittarius, he's the archer, so he's ready to basically blast you. You know what I'm saying? Like Sagittarius basically got his bow and arrow and he's ready to blast you, because it's really going back into the Jupiter energy. And that's why Sagittarius, well actually Sagittarius is a horse. A centaur is a human, and a horse, excuse me. But it's also another symbol for Sagittarius is the bow and arrow or whatever. So, and that's because of Jupiter. And when you start researching Jupiter, the Roman aspect of Jupiter, because there's different aspects of Jupiter. When you look at Jupiter from the Roman aspect, you'll find out that Jupiter was a warrior. You know what I'm saying? Like Jupiter pretty much would slay you. You know what I'm saying? He was represented by the lightning bolt. That was Jupiter. And that's Sagittarius as well. When you look at the lightning bolt, that's another symbol that deals with Sagittarian energy. Getting into like Thor. Thor is dealing with Sagittarius energy too when you talk about Thor. So Sagittarius is also a warrior, a spiritual warrior. So a lot of times you hear me on YouTube ranting and raving like I'm a spiritual warrior and doing all that stuff. That's because that's the Sagittarius part of me coming out. So you're seeing that Sagittarius part coming out. So a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, if you hear me more on my spiritual guru type of tip, you're seeing the Pisces come out, because I got Pisces in me. So it just depends, you know what I'm saying, like which mode I'm in. But Anyway, back to the Sagittarius. So they could be really high-headed. They're quick to do everything. Very quick. Sagittarius are quick. They're quick to learn, quick to do, because it doesn't take them a lot. They're ruled by the mind. According to the natal chart, they're ruled by the higher mind. They're ruled by the 9th house. So this is the sign of education. Sagittarius are very educated, very intelligent people. Very intelligent people. Sagittarius are, even when they're not formally educated, they have a way of just always knowing. Always knowing. Like I said, they see everything. Key word is I see. So now the Sagittarius women. Sagittarius women are not the domestic types. These are your types that's like, they're trying to be out in the field. You know what I'm saying? They're warriors too. They're feminine warriors. Sagittarius women, they love to dress. I love me a Sagittarius woman too, because they're similar to the Libra women too. They can dress. You know what I'm saying? They like to carry it a certain kind of way. Sagittarius women, because they know that if they're dressed a certain kind of way, that's going to attract certain people to them. See, they perceive everything. Like Sagittarius are like social, not really social butterflies, but they're like social analysts. They're able to analyze the social structure, and that's what makes them prophets, is because they're able to see everything from a holistic point of view, and then they're able to put themselves within the perspective of that, and they're even able to see the future based upon the human psychology. Because like if you want to predict the future, I talked about this before, the only thing you have to do is study human psychology. When you study human psychology, that'll help you to be able to see the future. So if you know, say for instance, human psychology says that if a person is to lose their job, and you know human psychology, and this type of person is already like an aggressive type of person, and if they're to get fired, if they're to come to work and get fired one day and lose their job, and it happens to where like the boss fires them and they're mad about it, like you're fired, like that, like if a boss fires them and they already know that this person is like a rowdy person, then they know, like if a person like say for instance the boss fires them and say you're fired or whatever, then that person's going to get angry because they already got that fire spirit in them. So they know that, okay, if I make him angry by coming at him that way, that's going to make him angry, and then that would give, so if he does something to me, put his hands on me or whatever, then that gives, you know what I'm saying, then that gives me leeway to do whatever to him, sue him, or remove him from his position. So I'm saying all that to say that basically you can predict what people are going to do by just studying human nature. I mean, that's one example. It's just like you can predict, say for instance, if like guys do this all the time when they pick up on females. You kind of like look at a female, you analyze her, you see what type of female she is or whatever, and you come at her based upon the type of female she is. You might look at a piece of clothing she has on, you might look at her phone or something she's doing on the phone, but you have to basically take something about her physically or something that you know and kind of like play on that. And basically play on that to where you pick up on her and get her number or whatever you're trying to get from her based upon her mentality. That's basically how a lot of pickup artists and guys do that. So that's being a prophet. Sagittarius, that's going back to being a prophet again, being able to predict the future. And that's why Sagittarius is made really great astrologers as well, because in astrology you have to be a really great channeler, and you have to be a really great prophet. You have to be a really great basically a person, an interpreter, a person that is able to see trends and currents and be able to predict things and be able to know enough about society on a holistic level to be able to predict things. So that's going to do it for me. Some of the weaknesses about Sagittarius, I like to go into a few weaknesses. Like I said, Sagittarius are very high-headed. They don't look at details a lot of times. They overlook a lot of things a lot of times. Sagittarius are quick to jump to the conclusion even when you're dealing with Sagittarius. Sagittarius can come off as they're like know-it-alls even a lot of times. Like they know it all already. Like you can't tell them nothing type of thing. So because that's because they pick up on information so good. But you know, at the same time, we're all learning. We're all in different positions and situations for a reason. So Sagittarius' lesson, I would say, is definitely humility. Definitely humility. So that's going to do it for me on the Sagittarius video. I thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned something from this. And until we meet again, I'm going to leave you all in peace, love, and light.